Welcome. In front of me is a LENOVO Tab Extreme, and today I'll show you a couple tweaks and tricks you can do on this tablet. Now to get started, let's open up our settings, and in here you can start off by navigating into the display section right over here, and we have things like the light and the dark mode. Now this is using a OLED display, I believe, or AMOLED at least, and switching it to dark mode will give you this nice, like super deep blacks, or basically to the point that they're off. So it's a nice way to maybe power manage your device, because on an OLED device, if you have something like a completely dark background or black one like this one, the pixels don't need to be turned on, therefore they don't need to emit light and waste energy. So you'd get a little bit of a better battery life. Additionally, you can also go to automatic switch, and this will allow you to set it up so it switches based on the time of day or on your custom time set. So it will basically switch from light to dark and then back depending on how you set it up. Now, moving on to the next one, we have things like the video quality enhancer and video color enhancer. And unfortunately here we don't have the option to like click on it just so it gives us an image how it differs, but basically tries to improve the quality of a video, either the resolution or color of it. Color refers to actually HDR, so it converts standard dynamic range to high dynamic range, though it is using some kind of processing power to do that, so the battery drain might be a little bit higher than before with this enabled, and this is the case for both of those. Now moving a little bit further down, we have the screen color mode, and by default almost every device is set to vibrant. Now if this is a little bit too saturated for you, you can change it to something like standard or natural. I think standard is the more reasonable one, although there is a little bit of a difference in the vibrancy of like red and orange, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with the natural. That's usually what I prefer anyway. It is a little bit less saturated, but that's just how I like it. Now moving on to the next option, it's going to be the battery percentage, which you can add right here. So we have the show battery power meter, kind of weird way of naming this, and you can see it right here. This will just add a simple percentage bar to your battery, which right now it's at 69%. Nice. Anyway, next thing, moving on, is the dock, which you can access by slowly pulling up, and this will just bring up the dock, not actually close the application. This works, I believe, also if you're using button navigation, so you might have buttons right here. You'd still be able to either swipe up or it would be visible permanently, but when you're using gestures, it's just a slower swipe up, and as you can see, it just pulls it out. Now, this can actually be used for instance, split screening applications, though settings, I believe, cannot split screen. Let's just test it. Yeah, it won't let me split screen, as you can see. So it opened up photos in the pop-up view. So I'm gonna close it for now, or minimize, I guess. There we go. Which it looks like it's probably gonna minimize right here, right? Yep. So it minimizes to your tray, though I don't see any kind of indication that it is minimized, which is a bit of an oversight. So let's see. Let's try to find something that will be split screening. Browser. Now it most likely won't be split screening with settings, so I'm gonna pick up another one, which, let's take Chrome as well. And as you can see, it automatically shifts it to the side. You can drop it and it automatically then split screen both of these applications. If Chrome doesn't do something very annoying, not this, so there's Chrome, and let's open up the other one, which was Opera. No, whoops. There we go. So you can see it's now split screening. It took me a bit to get used to it. I don't really use dock, as my phone doesn't really want to allow me to use it, even though it does have it, but not with custom launcher. In any case, you can see you can split screen applications. Now, out of curiosity, I'm gonna try to add another one and see if we can split screen more than 2 apps, and yes we can. So you can see it then allows you to split screen actually 4 applications, I presume, while also having the apps like these in pop-up view. So you can see it can get pretty interesting in terms of how many apps you can run. Now, the last thing that I'm going to show you, which you probably know if you have this device, it's the usability of it as a secondary monitor. Now, there's 2 different ways you can do this. You can either connect wirelessly, which I'm not really going to go over because I don't really want to sign into a Lenovo account, because that's kind of annoying. I shouldn't need to do that. So what I'm going to be instead using is this chunky cable that came provided with the device. There is a reason why it's thick, if you didn't know. And that is because it is also a display cable. So if I plug it in, now we do have 2 Type-C ports. I just want to mention that. You want to utilize the edge one. So, plop. And I'm going to grab the Steam Deck OLED right here and connect that to it. You'll see it just goes like this. Give it a moment. I do probably need to wake up the Steam Deck. And I think I messed it up. Oh no, never mind, there it is. So you can see right now it is connected to the Steam Deck. Now, the amazing benefit of this is that it is running, I believe, AMOLED or OLED display, one of those 2, at 120 Hertz. So you get just super crispy colors, great resolution, because this is over, I think, 1440p resolution, high refresh rate. So as a gaming monitor, for instance, this is fantastic. It's probably better than what I have at home, although I have an ultra wide, so it doesn't really compare in that way, and it's much smaller. But if you want to take gaming on the go and plug it into just any kind of computer, maybe you have some gaming laptop as an example, and it doesn't have the best display because it might be just a little bit older, right? Having this around is fantastic. It doesn't take much space, obviously it's super thin, and in addition it gives you the probably some of the best kind of experience you can get on such a thing on the go, with high refresh rate and great colors and all that stuff. So yeah, I recommend utilizing that. Now, I do want to point out one thing. It works with this cable, the one that comes provided, but if you try to do it with any kind of like typical charging cable, for instance, this one, this is the normal Samsung Type-C to Type-C cable, and this will not work with it. It will try to open it up, but Samsung is just garbage, and this cable that they provide actually gives you no benefit. It's just a charging cable primarily. So in terms of like data transfer like you need here, display transfer, it's not gonna support it. So in any way, this will conclude the tweaks and tricks that I wanted to show you, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.